Hello, I'm Katie Gates. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that your day is going as well as my day is going. I just want to briefly talk about the transitions of life, why they are important, and to let you know that we all have them. We all have them. None of us are exempt from transitions, and they aren't pretty and they don't always feel good, but it's something that we all have. So just stay with me because I do have some notes. Trust me, I need these notes. Have you ever found yourself in a transition? I know for me, I have. I know others that have found themselves in the midst of transitions and they're like, what is going on here? But if we're honest, we've all been there. And some of us have not only made it out alive, but we're more robust and viable. Because if we think about it, transitions are needed. Like I said before, the transitions of life that we go through are needed. They're life's way of granting us new opportunities. And who does not want new opportunities? Great opportunities. I do. And everybody that I know, I'm sure they'll say the same thing. So what do I mean by transitions? Okay, let me paint this picture for you. You're in the process of rearranging your home. You're getting ready to do a complete overhaul, and someone you know comes over and catch your house in its chaotic state. Instead of that person asking you if everything is okay, they take what they've visually seen back to others in a negative way, saying things like, she is so messy, she never cleans, or he is so nasty. I've been in that boat. Whew. Fun times. That's what I mean by transitions, by life transitions, because the transitions, like I stated before, they aren't always pretty. It's like a complete overhaul of life, of everything that we know. It's being tossed out, revamped, a complete overhaul, new paint, new pictures, a complete overhaul or transformation is happening. But sometimes other people can see that as, she is so nasty, or he never cleans, or she is so dirty, she is so messy. Because they're looking on the outside, they're not aware of what's going on internally. That's what I mean by a transition. So life too is the same, and thank goodness that it is. Our existence here requires us to go through renovations. Just like a house goes through renovations, especially an older home, let's say a 1930s home. Sometimes those homes must go through renovations to be brought up to date. They may have paint that has lead in them, or they may have faulty insulation. All of these things, the paint may be chipping. You may be able to see through the walls, or there may be chunks of walls missing just because they're older. And so sometimes they require renovations. It's the same thing with life. And to expand from one depth to another, transitions are vital. Without transitions, we stay on the same plane, moving nowhere, going nowhere. We're just here hovering. And some of us aren't even hovering. We're just here on the ground, going nowhere. And it's okay because a lot of us have been there, have done that. But we have to transition, right? To go from one depth of expansion to another. They're required. So when it comes to the process of expansion, however, sometimes it does not appear the way we want it to look, i.e. that messy house. People going back and saying, oh, she's so messy, or he's so nasty, and she's so dirty, and she just never cleans. I'm sure you can relate to that if you've been in that situation. So the process isn't always pretty. It doesn't always look the way we want it to look. And we face numerous obstacles in the form of mental mindsets, doubt, fear, and even worse, sometimes the people we know become the biggest hindrance to our overall growth. Sometimes the people we know become the biggest hindrance to our overall growth. Now, keep this in mind. Most people don't wake up and decide to hinder you. It's not something that they do purposely. We can honestly say that most people we know or most people we come into contact with are not people that are purposely trying to hinder us. However, people block your change because, let's face it, change is scary and many people are afraid to change. So it's not that they're trying to purposely hinder you or me or whomever. It's because change is scary. Who wants to change when you know the direction that you're going every day? Change takes hard work. Who wants to work hard for something when they have something over here? It may not even look the way we want it to look, but we got something. So change is scary. Change is hard. And people fear change. Not everybody. Don't think I'm saying everybody. I'm talking about the world globally. A lot of people fear change. They fear the different you that may come forth. I'm going to say that again. They fear the different you that may come forth. And that's scary for many people. Many people don't know how to handle it. It's not that they can't, they just don't know how. It's about repetition. So because they fear the different you, that tells me that it's about repetition, right? If they can predict you based upon your past actions, your personality, and your choices, they're okay with that. There's no fear in that because you're predictable. It's when you no longer become predictable that frightens people the most. Because like I said, change is scary. And so if people can predict you based upon your actions, your past actions, your choices, your personality, there's no fear there because they know you. It's when you become unpredictable that frightens people the most. And not being unpredictable in a negative way, but in a good and productive way. That scares people because it denotes forward movement. Some people fear that. But the key is to embrace the power of change. I say that all the time. Embrace the power of change and refuse the gift of stagnation. I'm going to say that again. Embrace the power of change and refuse the gift of stagnation. The chaos, ups and downs, choices, feelings of fear are all a part of the transition. That chaos you're going through, the fear you have every day, the ups, downs, the choices you have to make are all a part of the transition. And thank God for them. Thank God for the transitions. And if we don't experience life's ups and downs, we refuse the gift of choice. And without choice, there's no change. That's good. That's good right there. When we refuse the gift of choice, there's no change. So we have to accept choice if we're looking to change in a more productive way. So just remember, I'm going to leave you with this. Just remember that everyone on earth at some point in life will go through transformations. It's a given. It's a given. And whether the adjustment is positive or negative, the final outcome is our own decision. It belongs to us within. We get to make the choice. So whether you decide to make a positive transformation or to experience a negative transformation, it's your choice. You get to decide. So I want to encourage you to embrace transitions, embrace life's transitions. Both the planned and unplanned transitions, because they happen. And remember, the process is not going to be perfect. By a long shot, it will not be perfect. And it may not be easy, but that's okay because you're strong and you have the strength to push through it and to make it and to do it. So it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be perfect. But in the long run, This is the good stuff here. In the long run, you expand, right? That expansion comes forth and experience depths of life that you only dreamt of. I promise. You will experience depths of life that you've only dreamt of. So this is the transitions of life. Like I said, embrace them. The good ones, the bad ones, the ups, the downs, the multiple choices that you're going to have to make. Embrace them and understand that we all go through them at some point in our lives. So I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. I love to have you as a part of my family. Share this video, share the content. If there's someone out there that you know can use this, there's a lot of people that can use this, including myself. Please share it. Drop me a comment. I love you all so much. And I'd love to hear your feedback as well. So I love you so much. Thanks for joining me. Have a blessed day. Bye.